Many of you know, the Empire State Building, you know how long it took to build that? 1 year. The Pentagon, you know how long that took? 16 months. No one can tell me we can't build quickly in our country. I've got empirical evidence.
When I watched that moment, I think my jaw was on the floor. Kamala Harris talking about speeding up the process, deregulating. Look up regulation and red tape in the dictionary. You will get a picture of Kamala Harris and her ilk. We are witnessing the most desperate rush to the middle in political history. A woman reimagining herself in real time, trying to dupe an entire country into bringing her into power. A completely fraudulent campaign for president, a combination of stolen ideas, focus grouped responses, and at the helm we have an actress who has been memorizing her lines. Trish Regan joins us now to talk more about this. Trish, good to see you. Kamala with more canned responses. Very clear she doesn't really have a grasp on the issue. She's just doing a lot of memorizing.
Yeah, she's clearly memorized a lot.
Yeah.
There were a few moments there where I actually found myself almost feeling sorry for her, because I just don't think I've ever seen anybody in such a high office, say Vice President of the United States of America, who has such a lack of understanding when it comes to economic policy. And that is truly troubling. You know, the reporter has a background on Wall Street, so she kind of knows what she's talking about. Yep. There were some missed opportunities, but for the most part, I appreciated that we got some substance, right? We were talking about economic issues. The problem was the reporter would ask a decent question, say, on corporate taxes. Hey, Kamala, how are you going to do that if you don't have Congress on your side? And Kamala would twist and turn, kind of like the debate the other night, right? When Donald Trump was actually trying to talk policy, and she'd just fire back with sort of these low blows. I mean, it was what I was watching again during that interview. She couldn't answer the questions, Rob, so she'd pivot to some kind of emotional nonsense, and it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable to watch. I can't actually believe she's the vice president, let alone potentially the president.
Yeah, I know. And if you trust the polls, she's doing pretty well at the process, which is just amazing and is really an indicator of where we come with information in this country and the media, what they've been able to do. The plan is what? Tax deductions for a baby or a first home, a promise to make housing more affordable by just giving money to developers, I think is what they're going to do. Yeah. And just, hey, developers, here's billions of dollars. Go build houses. Thanks. And also making child and elder care more affordable. No specifics on that. I mean, when you look at that as a plan for an entire country that's been gutted by cost of living, that, in my mind, she claims 100 million are going to benefit from this. By the way, there's 350 million people in the country. I don't think they're going to get anywhere near that many people to benefit from this. And the rest of us are going to feel nothing for 4 years.
No, I actually think it's actually quite dangerous. Look, you have only to look at the last 3.5 years. You have only to look at the lies that she told both there last night at the Economic Club in Pittsburgh, where she tried to maintain that somehow there was much more inflation before she came to office. It's consistent in that she's repeatedly trying to just sell America like a whole bunch of goods. And I think that Americans actually, for the most part, see through it. We can have a debate about polls, I guess, another time, because I don't entirely believe them, especially when so many of these pollsters are calling up saying, hey, by the way, you're on a recorded line. I don't think the Trump supporters are always as willing to divulge who they're going to vote for. The fact that they are as close as they are actually tells you something, right? Because Kamala Harris should be awfully scared. Look, we've had 3.5 years of very poor economic growth. We have 3.5 years to point to of wages declining. Real wages adjusted for inflation, they're down some 8% and change. And so Americans know what it feels like, not to sound too emotional myself, but listen, you know, they're going and paying for the groceries every week. They're paying for gas in their car every week. They've got to pay for their kids' clothes, and everything costs more. So why are we going to trust her to fix it, especially when it's just this sort of feel-good genre of stuff, which, by the way, I'll just tell you here and now, will not work.
No.
You want to bring down home prices? You think you're going to give $25,000 out to everybody like a blank check? It's just like college costs all over again.
Through the roof, housing prices will go. You give everybody 20, especially give it all to them up front for the down payment.